It is being reported that the Toronto Blue Jays have an agreement with Yariel Rodriguez. This is coming from John Morosi. I know. But it's also coming from Ken Rosenthal, started with Francys Romero on Twitter, that the Blue Jays have an agreement. Carlos Baerga is also reporting this. So there are a ton, and I know some of them are sketchy and skeptical, but when Ken chimes in, I'm believing it. Now, nobody has the years. Nobody has the dollars. The only person that has years is Baerga, and he's saying it's a 4-year deal. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Whether this is a 1-year deal, 2-year deal, 3-year deal, 4-year deal, whatever it is this a W or is this an L for the Toronto Blue Jays? Rodriguez is certainly one of the most intriguing free agents at period this offseason on the board. One of the most intriguing players, playing overseas, playing in Cuba, doing very well at the WBC. How does he profile with the Toronto Blue Jays, though, is the question. Right now, the rotation's full. They got 6 guys that are going to be competing for a spot. You throw Rodriguez in there, you have 7. Does Rodriguez help the club? Again, is it a W or is it an L? Those that need a refresher on what Rodriguez is all about. Let's take a look at some of his scouting. Good fastball, 60 out of 80 fastball. Curveball, 70 out of 80 fastball. You see those there. He's there right now. That fastball, that slider, curve, changeup, it's all as good as it's going to get. Curveball is below average, changeup below average. Cutter, he's maybe got a little bit more room to grow there. The command, 50 out of 50. All right, that's right around average. I like that slider. I think it plays. The element to Rodriguez, though, is that he doesn't really possess a very high swing and miss rate. Does not strike out a ton of guys. You're not looking at a Dylan Cease strikeout rate here. You're looking at right around a 9 Ks per 9 kind of guy, and which can be fine. But if we're thinking about a bullpen ad here, which maybe he just isn't, then it doesn't really fit the mode that the Blue Jays philosophy has been when it comes to adding swing and miss bullpen arms. So is he going to be a starter for this club? We take a look at the rotation. Like I said, they already have 6 guys. And Gausman, Barrios, Bassett, Manoah, they're there for multiple years. Kikuchi is in his final year, so maybe this is a sign about where the Blue Jays are headed down the road. But you have Bowden Francis, and more importantly, you have Ricky Tiedemann, who should be in this rotation years down the road. A rotation that once Kikuchi's gone and Manoah bounces back, you could have had Gausman, Barrios, Bassett, Tiedemann, and Manoah in the 5-man rotation. But now you have Rodriguez that's going to work into the situation. So does he start, or is he going to be coming out of the bullpen? We take a look at the Jays bullpen here, and you see with Romano, Swanson, Garcia, Miza, Green, Cabrera, this is a good bullpen as it is. Rodriguez would only make it stronger, but Rodriguez, word is he wants to be a starter. Now, does he accept a deal where he's a reliever in 2024 and then works his way into the rotation moving forward? Maybe that's a play. Maybe that is an element here that could see itself work out. What if they bring in Rodriguez? There's maybe a domino effect here that Rodriguez is just the beginning, because Jays fans, you know it. I know it. Got the Jays hat forward today. That the Toronto Blue Jays still have holes on this roster and maybe not a lot of money to fill those holes. What if bringing in Rodriguez opens up an opportunity to trade either Yusei Kikuchi, who's in his final year, or Alek Manoah? Alek Manoah's value certainly is going to be about as low as it could be coming off of the season he had in 2023. Yusei Kikuchi's heading into the final year of his contract, but we know the price for starting pitching in the trade market is extremely high. Could you, let's forget about Manoah right now, could you trade Yusei Kikuchi, and Rodriguez affords you that opportunity? And if you trade Yusei Kikuchi to teams that are still looking for starting pitching, can you work out a deal for a Ha-Sung Kim with the San Diego Padres, Jonathan India for the Cincinnati Reds? Now the Reds, with their move for Frankie Montas, maybe that pulls them out of that kind of situation. I think if you're the Reds and you add another starting pitcher, you're looking for somebody to insert at the very top of your rotation to move Hunter Green down to the number 2 spot. But there's certainly, you have to start thinking that maybe Ha-Sung Kim fits. Ha-Sung Kim, the Blue Jays could insert him to second base. Trading Yusei Kikuchi's contract to San Diego would actually bring the projected payroll for 2024 down because Kikuchi makes more than Kim. And that would then give the Blue Jays the ability, after maybe trading for Ha-Sung Kim, to go out there and sign maybe Jorge Solair or at the very least, Jock Peterson. We've heard rumors with both players. I think the fan base would be more fired up, more galvanized with a Jorge Soler contract. But Ha-Sung Kim is $8 million. He's a one-year guy. Ross Atkins has said, I'm good. We're good signing, trading for players that are in their final year of a contract. We're not opposed to getting rentals and trading for them. So could this be, you bring in Rodriguez, you trade Kikuchi for Kim, and then opens up the ability to sign Jorge Soler? I think Blue Jay fans might get a little bit more excited about that. My only hesitation with Rodriguez is that it is not an area where I believe this team needs to focus unless, like I've just gone through, other things are in play after the signing. Because this team, this Blue Jays team, at this point, in my opinion, we looked at the bullpen. It's solid. We looked at the rotation. In theory, they got 6 guys that should be competing for a spot in spring training. I mean, you could argue 7 if you want to include Francys in that group. The focus should be with improving this right here, the lineup. Because Danny Jansen, I understand Fangraphs, this is not what the Jays are going to run out there. I think you probably would have Kirk in the 4th spot, but even that doesn't work. You need to have some pop there, and Jorge Soler would be great. Jock Peterson is not an ideal number 4 hitter, but he does give the Blue Jays something they're lacking: left-handed power. Dalton Varsho just doesn't hit the ball hard enough. Maybe he will in 2024, and that'll be different, but this team needs another lefty bat, and they need pop, and I believe that's where the focus should be. Bringing Rodriguez in is interesting. Again, we don't know the years, we don't know the dollars. We don't know if the dollars will prevent them from doing anything else. Guys, if you were hoping for Jock, or you were hoping for Solair or JD Martinez or Justin Turner, what's this deal for Rodriguez? If this is a $10 million or greater AAV, then I don't think the Blue Jays have the money to go get. Certainly, they won't have the money to go out and get JD Martinez or Jorge Soler. It may also, depending on how much Jock is willing to take, prevent them from getting Jock. So the dollars are going to be very important here, as the Blue Jays still have a glaring need that they have not addressed. Can they get it done? And again, bringing in Rodriguez, does it start a chain of events that brings some trades about and maybe opens up some money to go and get a bat like Jock signed? Again, the Blue Jays have reached an agreement. There are still some things that need to be worked out. Immigration needs to be worked out. We should start to hear more about this as we get down the road, maybe another day or two. We can finalize this thing. Is it a win? Is it a loss? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Blue Jays fans, I'm torn. I'm quite frankly torn. If this is the final move for this offseason, I'm skeptical. If this is part of, again, that sequence of 2 or 3 moves, then sign me up. We'll see what he can do. Everybody out there, Ballcap Nation, I salute you. Thank you guys for coming in and checking out this video. Make sure to hit that like on the way out. Subscribe if you have not, and comment down below. What do you think about this deal for the Toronto Blue Jays? Remember, everybody, if it's low, let it go. And if it's high, let it fly.